Now in this video, if you want to learn a topspin backhand, I'm going to teach you how simple it is in 3 steps. So especially if you're over 50, if you're thinking, no, a topspin backhand is not for me, I want you to have a look at this. This is me at 57. This is available to you. I'm going to show you how easy it is. It's just going to take a bit of practice like any new skill. So let's get started. Okay, so with a topspin backhand, the first thing we want to do is have a continental grip, right? A continental grip is the most common grip, and it's a fantastic grip to start with because it's known as the handshake grip. So if you're going to do a handshake, you've got your racket like that, and what you do, you slide it down if you don't know what a continental grip is, and that's your grip. The reason this is so fantastic is because you're basically using the same for this and your backhand and forehand, okay? So we're going to start with the continental grip. Right, now the first thing we're going to do, if you've seen my slice backhand, we're going to do exactly the same start. We're going to start with what's known as a unit turn. So all this is you're going to grab your racket with your left hand and you're going to bring it round like that. That is our first move. That's step 1, right? So you're just taking it round like that. What that's going to do is give us a coil because we're going to then recoil, right? So it's like a spring, right? So we're going to come round. That is your step 1. Okay, so we've got that. Paddles up high like that, and then what we're going to do, so we've taken our foot out like this, so we're going to a side-on position. So our shoulders are now facing this way, and then what we're going to do in the next step, step 2, is we're going to step inwards because we're going to now bring our racket down, so we're going to hit it out in front. So if I come back a little bit, what you do, so we come in here and we're going to step in, right? Because we want our weight forward, and what we're going to do is have your racket out around about in front of your knee, okay? You don't want to be hitting it back here. And you also want to have good space. So as we come back down, so you don't want to have it in like this. So let's just go through it. Step 1, unit turn. So we're going to use this hand to bring it around. We're going to step in and we're going to bring down there. So we're coming down high because what we're going to do is going to high, low, and up again, right? So we're going to hit it out in front of you like this. So if you're practicing from home, just do this. 1, step in, because we don't want to be hitting up like this because that's when you're going to have these flyers. So you want to have your weight on your front foot. This is where you're going to generate power. So hitting it out in front like that, and I'll go through this so you'll get a good understanding of it, right? So here, we're going to come down, and then our third step is, now, if you've ever thrown a Frisbee, what do? You're going to throw a Frisbee, you use your hips, don't you? You open out like this. You don't just throw it. If you're going to throw it with some distance, some power, if it's just a small one, you do this, right? But if you want to really throw someone's 100 yards away, you're going to really do that. That's all we're going to do. That is our recoil motion, like a Frisbee. So that's not going to get you very far. That's going to get me from here to the fence. But if I want to throw it from here down to the restaurant there, I'm going to have to get my hit and really recoil. That's exactly the same feeling. Or another way is, if you think of it, is you're going to throw your bat away. Come here and just throw it away, right? Throw it away like that. Same with the Frisbee, throw it away like that. That's exactly what I want you to think. So not all arm like this. So when you come round, stepping in, and then throw it away, using your hips, just like a Frisbee. But we're throwing a Frisbee up in the sky, okay? And that is going to generate you an enormous amount of power, as opposed to what? As opposed to really muscling it through with your arm. This, we're just going to open out, and we have nice and loose with our wrist, and we just throw it away. Now, once you do that, as you start to practice, some will go into the net as you get your timing right, some will go out to the back fence. That's just normal with any stroke, right? But this is what you do. Step 1, unit turn. So we're coming, so you need to open out your body like this. We're turning our shoulders like this. We're going to step in to this position. So we're coming down to this position, out in front. You don't want to hit it back here because that's going to put you back onto your back foot. So we're coming in, we want to step in, stay low. Right? Just like with a slice, when I came in, I want that shoulder down. It's the same thing, we want to stay low. And then, Frisbee it away. That's all you need to think about for the moment, right? So, come round, 1 unit. We're bringing it round with this hand. Round, that's gonna coil us up. We're stepping in, hit it out in front, right, and a good space distance, right? Not into here because you're gonna get all cramped up. We wanna have it out here. So as you come out, so when the ball comes, and that's gonna give you, you're gonna need that with practice. You're just going to have to get to the ball, come in, but you wanna ideally have it out here because that's gonna give you more power. And if you're too cramped up, you're gonna try and, you can see what's going on with my shoulder here. So, in, bang, head still like this, and then Frisbee it out, right? Frisbee it out, and what you want to really do is loosen up that, again, with a Frisbee, it's like that feeling of, if I were to slap it like that, okay? At the start, you can just keep it fairly stiff, but your ideal is to, just like a Frisbee. Again, if I go back to a Frisbee, you don't hold your wrist like that and try and throw it. What do? You do this, don't you? Same deal. And this will generate an enormous amount of whip, which will give you an enormous amount of power. So as we go down, loosen it up, just like a Frisbee. And again, think of throwing your racket away. That's what I want you to feel, all right? Like that. Now, we're gonna add one more piece of the puzzle here, and that is just when you're doing it. So if I was to just do this, I open up my chest too much. We wanna keep in line, so hand towards the ball. All right, towards our target. Sorry, not towards the ball, towards the target. So as we come in, if I want to hit down the line, like that. So, if I show you side on, what we want to do is something with our left hand here, a non-dominant hand, is if I'm coming round, right, now what we're going to do is we want to split open. Just if you've seen my slice, the killer slice backhand, same deal, we want to split open. So, if I'm pointing that way, this is basically pointing towards where I want to go. So you're opening up through your chest. That's the other thing, as opposed to what? Opposed to just doing this and you lose control and you start spraying them everywhere. So this, as we come down, splits open like that, right? So, split open like that. So let's just go through that. Maybe that's step 4. Yeah, but it's all the same thing, right? So, come round, bring it round, step in, coming down low, and then we're going up like that as the Frisbee. So if you just practice this, weight on your front foot, so that keeps you low. If you were just to practice this, and I really want you to practice when you get to that impact point of throwing it away. Throw your Frisbee, all right? Throw your Frisbee, because that will generate that coming from the hip here. We open up like that. So as we come round, because if you don't, what you're going to do is just all arm. And this is really common, right? Just all arm like this. But no, we want to give this a beautiful rip, and this will also create a whole heap of top spin as we come down, and then throw it away. Throw your batter into the sky, or throw your Frisbee up there, and that's what you want to do, okay? And arms out. Again, I'll show you. All right. So, to look from side on, ball's coming, come round, right, we're coiling, stepping in, impact point here, and then up as we go. And we're going to open up the arms like that. All right, so practice this with me. Bring it round, so your foot, you'll have to open out like this. And then, when we go in the ball, depending on where it is, you know, I have to come back, you're going to use your steps to get to that position, so that then you get your turn, and you're going to step in, and then up, okay? So, again, because we won't be able to, obviously the ball's going to come from different directions, so you want to align yourself to that, get that, and then when you find out where that ball is, but the turn should be, we're having a split step, which is a different lesson, but as we're ready, position, okay, we can see the ball's coming to our backhand, maybe it's coming right here for me, so I'm coming around, stepping in, impact out in front, right, split the arms, and then throw my Frisbee, or throw the racket away, whatever image works best for you. And again, think of that Frisbee like this, right, we're gonna whip it through like that, split the arms. So loosen up that wrist here, and that will give you the most fantastic topspin backhand. Work on it. Again, I'm 57. If I can do it, so can you. We're going to go through that. Now, if you want to start drilling this, you could start from side on and stay on your front foot and just work on this. Have someone hit the balls, and you could just start from here with no turn, all right? Just get that feeling of this, open out. Okay, you can start from that, and then you can come back further, but you want to make sure that you're on that front foot, right? Because you want to, because again, as I said to you, people will come back, and that's when you start spraying them. So you're keeping over that ball, head still, watching the ball like that. So you can start practicing that, and then once you get that, then you bring the turn in if you want to, like that. All right, don't forget the left hand. We're going to open up like this. All right, again, if we don't do that, what you do is just open the chest up. We want our chest side on as we go through towards my target there. Just like that. Practice it. It's going to just change the way you hit your backhands. You won't be just pushing your backhands. You get confident and give it a rip. So don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, and also comment below. And if you're ever in Cozumel, Mexico, come and visit us here at Pickleball.